don't know.
The title of this little confusion is Fancy Dress. This party
the one? I don't know. I just got a good vibe from her, you know? At first, I did ask myself, is she right for me? But my mates told me not to overthink it. And they were right. I just knew in my gut she was special. Yeah, I knew she was the one when I first saw her last year. I mean, the way she jumped those fences at Cheltenham. However you found your horse, we've got a bet for you. Ladbrokes, where the nation plays. Play responsibly.
It's a perfect moment when you find exactly what you're looking for. Finding your new BMW couldn't be easier. With BMW New Car Locator, you can search for your perfect BMW from the range available today. Reserve and buy all online. And you can arrange to have it delivered to your door or click and collect it from the BMW Center. Search BMW New Car Locator. Subject to availability. Delivery charges may apply. Participating retailers only. T's and C's apply.
Don't know why it's not. Oh my days, now is it working? That is ridiculous. My life's going so wrong. Ugh. Don't know why it's not. Oh my days, now is it working? That is ridiculous. That's tragic. I've been streaming for half an hour and I was convinced that my mic was working. It was not working. But all I know is it was quality. We had some seriously good chat, and you all missed it. So I'm glad we can start it from the beginning. I think I'm probably gonna. Who against second place? Let's try that. Let's try that. Yeah, so we're looking at what changes do we think Marvel Duel needs to have in the game? Pretty much that's what we're looking at. Do we think Marvel Duel needs to change some stuff up? Great. Great. I lost. Fuming. Mixed reviews on that. Anyway, now we get to start though, which is fun. So definitely deleting this afterwards. So to refresh, I think we're gonna take the refresh for those 4 juicy gems. So we were talking about, what do we think it needs? What do we think Marvel Duel needs? And we were talking about global release as a priority, as like a number 1 global release. And one of the reasons why I think it's so important is it's gonna expose things in the game a lot faster. And by expose, I mean overpowered decks, game breaking changes that need to happen, and in doing that, it's going to keep the gameplay and content fresh. It's my man we're playing next as well. He's a good lad. He pops into the stream sometimes, and yeah, so part of it is going to be that. That the reasoning for it is that it will help gameplay seem fresh, and I think it will give them more revenue as well. Like, they're in the Philippines, they're in a few places in Asia, I think. I've got to say hello. Fuming. Now it looks like a diss. It's not a diss. But I think revenue would really help them as a company as well. Although I don't think NetEase need the money, but maybe it would help them prioritize Marvel Duel as a game. I don't know. But I think, why not? Like, why wouldn't it benefit the game? So for me, that's part of it. And also part of it is the game. I think the end game, so the Conqueror stuff, all of that, I think is the wrong way round. To be honest, I don't think Conqueror should be the way it is. I think there's a reason why in Hearthstone, you reach level 1, like you reach the first rank in Legends. You hit Legend, and then you have rank 1, and they've also got a star system very similar to Marvel Duel in their ranks preceding that. But on the whole, I think they need to change it up, because it just comes down to time management. How much time can you sink into this game? Which isn't fun. Like, it's not fun to spend 12 hours sinking to get the most points for first place. Like, that doesn't shout tactical to me. That doesn't shout fun experience. That shouts I took a week off work to grind past Conqueror. Like, Conqueror isn't even the goal. It's like 50,000 points in Conqueror. And so it doesn't... I don't think that's the best way for the game to work. I don't think it's the most viable way for the game to work. And so I think there needs to be a change. I think it needs to be focused way more on hitting the top rank. So there is only one. Like, I don't know who won it last season. I think MSK won it last season. Say MSK was rank 1. Fine. MSK has 5 games to play. And wherever MSK finishes after those 5 games is their rank for that 24-hour period. And then if they don't play another group of games after that, then they lose their rank. Like, they lose that. That for me, that would work. It's very similar to Clash of Clans and their whole thing with the clouds. They had a really bad issue with searching for games. And they changed that up. So I think, part of it, part of the problem is not managing that end game as highly as they can. And whatever it looks like, are we getting battered here, or are we getting battered? Part of it is going to come down to the development team, obviously. But I think part of it does come down to NetEase themselves. I'm so sad that Diddy got knocked out. I think it needs to be given a priority. If it's not given a priority, then why would they change anything? Like, they're making the best game that they can. And I think that's the kicker. They're making the best game that they can, like physically can. So it kind of feels a bit harsh to continually just mug them off by going, why don't you do this? Like, why don't you do that? When actually they're just doing their best. I mean, we've had a mare of a game here. I haven't really been paying attention too much. Taking the Milano. We're going to get rid of Gladiator. We're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. That there. That there. That there. That there. And let's go. Let's see what happens. Maybe I should have taken the other skill. But the point still stands. So global release is one, and changing the end game, changing Conquer, I think needs a revamp. They also spoke about just after the game was released, there's a bit of uproar because the beta was a completely different game. So we played it in the beta, we put some videos out on it in the beta, and it was just a completely different game. It was like structured deck based, and it was kind of cool. There were some really cool mechanics, and we enjoyed it. But they scrapped the whole game after the beta and just changed the concept to this, which is great. I think this would have been a lot better as in the same style as Hearthstone, like fine, or maybe the opposite way around. Like, yeah, we've lost this. Like, maybe this is the main style game and they have a ladder. Like, they said they were working on one, so where is it? Pretty much, like, where is it? Because this sort of gameplay is fun, but there's just so much that's not fun about it, which I don't mind. Like, I don't mind fun, like, games that have times where it's not fun, but this can be next level when it comes to gameplay. Like, I don't want to see one deck that just works, because there's three different decks you choose, plus the neutral, and then the locked cards. There's so much variety, and yet we seem to see the same, like, the meta just sort of becomes the same deck in everyone's game. Like, you go into Hearthstone, right? I know I keep talking about it, but it is the best game, online game version. You could walk into a game as, and this is old school Hearthstone as well, you could be like Tempo Mage, rocking into a game against like Dragon Priest. Now, Priest got pretty battered for most of the meta when I played it, but Mage, there was a time when Mage was like heavily nerfed. Like Mana Worm got nerfed, and it was the most popular, I think. Still, I think just because it's Mage, and for some reason that makes it the most popular. But you could face another deck, and you'd be like Warlock, like Demon Warlock or Handlock. You would face that and go, "Oh, okay, I might lose here." But oh, that's spicy. But if you play the meta deck here, like most of the time it's GG. You like if you see a meta, it's a meta, obviously. But you run into so many of the same decks, like so many, and I don't think that's healthy for the game. I don't think it's healthy. Like we had Intergalactic War that just got nerfed. Not just nerfed, but it kept getting nerfed because that's the deck that every single person was playing. There wasn't like a clear counter for it. You watch normal trading cards, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, although not so. I don't really know what's going on with Pokemon trading card game, but there are so many different decks you can play. So many different decks, so many different types of decks, and yeah, there's like a meta, but that meta includes several different decks. And then obviously you've got like Commander and all that stuff in Magic the Gathering that is just completely different. So I don't know. I think I've got three things. One of them is global release. I think needs to happen. The second one is the end game, like Conqueror just needs to change, like soon. And they need to make it a bit more like competitive. It's not just, at the minute, like Doctor Strange is really strong. Like it depends on where you are in the ladder. Like I said, we've only just started to just grind it, so we don't really see it too much. But because we're just starting out in the ladder, essentially. But there needs to be they should have built in counters, and if there are counters in the game, there are ways to just rip through a Doctor Strange deck. The fact we haven't found them is because the player pool is so small. Like there isn't enough players to find it or willing to try and find it. They're all just going, wow, that deck works, I'm just going to play it. And then it becomes like I like Intergalactic War, where it's just a race to get those cards. It's a race to get Moonstone. It's a race to get Yonrog. Like we had last game Dithy, who's Conqueror, like he's already Conqueror, and he came 6th in. He was in ladder. He got matched with us, which is a completely different issue on why a Conqueror player is matching with Black Gold in ladder. and he finished 6th. That's what confuses me. Either he shouldn't be in 6th, which Conqueror, which I doubt. Like, he's a quality player and should 100% be in Conqueror. But why is he finished 6th? There's obviously some RNG, and it's not like, yeah, well, maybe he just didn't draw the cards he wanted. I don't think that's like, you can't really have that in this game. I don't think. To a certain degree, I think it's almost impossible to have that excuse. I just didn't draw the cards, especially so soon. Like 6th, you think, okay, you shouldn't be in this lobby for whatever reason at 6th, especially consistently 6th. But he's Conqueror. He's several leagues above, like Black Gold. So Stardust, Master, Conqueror. 3 leagues above me, and I think others in that lobby. He shouldn't finish 6th. Why is the matchmaking so wrong on that? Like, you can tell by people's names as well. So Ivan Miwan is in white, so he didn't finish. I think he must have finished like Black Gold last season. Or this is his first season because of his name, a different colour. So why like, it just baffles me. So that's something else that frustrates me. He only just twigged as well that he was Conqueror in our lobby. Let's do that. But we've been talking about it. Nearly for an hour, although obviously, the first half that didn't count, and there are some good things. Like the game, I'm still playing the game. There's a reason I'm still playing the game. But part of me just wants, like, I want it to work. I want the game to succeed, and I don't see it succeeding. For too much longer. I feel like I don't know the stats. I could be so off. But I just feel like the hype for the game is dropping. I don't know. I have no information on that. Hey, Joey's in. How you doing, mate? Just sort of ranting about Marvel Duel, to be honest, Joe. And for the first half, the mic wasn't on properly, so that's okay. But hey, it's okay. I posted it around, put it on Facebook and Discord. But it's a weird time, I suppose. Normally we do like earlier, so this is quite late. But you had a good day? We want that. I'm gonna take what the soldiers are. I'm gonna take that other hush now. What a man. Cheers, mate. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a really good man. Yeah, there we go. You're doing it. Cheers, mate. I appreciate it. I'm only on for another 20 minutes, but I thought I'd pop on, do a bit. Hey, nice. How was work? But yeah, so there's a few things I change. There's a few things I change. Joe, what would you change? Hey, Wi-Fi comes tomorrow, mate. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I keep forgetting to look here. I look here at the chat, but I don't look here. I think. We're having a good little run here. Ego's getting fed. He's getting fed. What's the quality like? Is it alright? I got some lights on and stuff because it's getting pretty dark. So, you know, I try to do that sort of streamer vibe. Although I'm not saying it looks like that, but that's the vibe I was going for. I'm actually pretty happy having Scarlet Witch there. Oh, another ego. Can we lock in another ego? No, fine. We'll play ego here. Give them the seismic braces. And see what happens. And definitely some work on progression, which isn't a season pass based. Like, too many games jump straight into the season pass hype. But there's not too much progression bar that. Yeah, I was... Thanks, mate. I was thinking about the progression stuff, and I think when it comes, can you hear the Spotify though? Is Spotify going? I forgot to double check it. I think it's annoying because I was thinking, like, you get to Conqueror and then it's just a grind for points, and the game just feels like who can spend more time on the game. That feels like that's the success. Like, that's the star for success. It's just how much time can you rot into the game, not quality wise. Like, say I was better, or say I was the best player in the world, which I'm not, obviously. But if someone spent more time on the game, then they would do better than me, and that doesn't feel right. I think MSK won first place last season, and hats off to him. Fair play. You smashed it, lad. But he just managed to grind for the longest. And that's no disrespect. Like, I'm sure he's really great at the game. I don't doubt it. But a lot of it comes down to he had the time to grind. And others just didn't. Not going to waste that. Which is upsetting. That doesn't feel like a skill-based game. It feels like RNG and just rotting. That's what it feels like. And I like this game. Like, I do like the game. But I feel... I worked out percentage-wise, and you could win 25% of the time and still hit Conqueror. Because it's grind. Like, if you start playing and you hit... I love Scarlet Witch just buffing everyone, by the way. If you hit 4th consistently... Oh, I say you played 4 games, and out of those 4 games, you hit 4th 3 times. And the other one, you came 1st, you would hit Conqueror. Like, your percentage would just mean that points-wise, you would hit Conqueror. Yeah. And also, the game changes so much. Like, week in, week out, you just, like, because everyone jumps on the meta so fast. Like, it's not a diverse enough meta for people just to enjoy decks. Like, Shop 3 deck is a deck that I just feel so... I enjoy it because every game is a different deck. So, like, I play... Ego is the champ right now in this deck. He's the MVP. Sometimes it's Destroyer, sometimes it's Gladiator, sometimes it's Wasp and Nick Fury combo. Like, it's such a fun game to play. Fun deck to play, sorry. But in the wider... Oh, dear. In the wider game, it does just feel like it's pick the meta and spend half your life rotting, which isn't enjoyable for me anyway. Yeah, and this is all personal based as well. Let's do that. And I understand some people enjoy the rot and they enjoy spending time, but it just doesn't make it a skill based game. To me, it doesn't make it a skill based game. Yeah, exactly. I want to use some of my favorite cards. Like, we did a video on, like, how to make a deck, and like the most important rule was make a deck that you enjoy, make a deck that you actually like playing, and if that doesn't fit into the meta, you could be the best player in the world, but you'll come in last. Whereas I don't just want to be rotting the Doctor Strange cards just because they come out. I don't want to be trying to utilize that all of the time. I want to play, like, I love Ego, I love his mechanic, so I want to play him. Clearly I want to play him right now because he's smashing it, but yeah, so that's my biggest thing. Like, no global release is an issue. They need to sort out Conqueror and the fact that it just shouldn't all be about grinding, and the meta needs to be more diverse, in my humble opinion. But it is just an opinion as well. I think Ego's just holding the fort here. Oh, see, I love that. Like, Nick Fury comes up and I'm like, oh, I could utilize her with him with Wasp, because that's another way to win with this deck. It's a different deck. It's fun. Spider-Man's Mask just combos with Zemo to counter this deck. Spoilers. Let's log that in. Yeah, you're right. Global release is an issue. It fixes so many problems. Like, finance, the game will just get financed instantly. Like, think of it like a Kickstarter. Like, people just buy into this game. Even just the battle pass, the season pass, they make so much money off that alone. Especially if it's on iPhone, which it is. People just go, right, I'll pay for that on my phone. Done. They get the money, or most of it. No worries, mate. Good to have you in anyway. But yeah, global release sort of solves a lot of problems. But I'm not sure it's anytime soon. I hope it is, but I don't think so. I think it would just make it more fun, more diverse. People knocking about, playing it a lot more would just help. We're going to emote, not for BM, but just like a cheers. It's like a cheers, that is. Well, that's what I want to use it for anyway. Yeah, let you wave it back. See? Not BMing, just having fun. There you go. GG, good game. Enjoy your dinner, mate. How do you get to go around Pauling's? I want to go around Pauling's for dinner, mate. Like a roast dinner or something. It's mad. It is mad. But look, anyone else got anything they want to talk about when it comes to things that you want Marvel Duel to change? Get them in there. I want to talk about them. We've got one more game in us. One more game. So do use the comments. And what do you think about the Shop 3 deck? What do you reckon? Well, that I did have Spotify on, but for some reason it's not playing. Oh, it's going to play now. I'm having some serious issues with this microphone. It keeps coming up as my speaker set. And like, now you should be able to hear something. But heyo, good. All black gold facing. All black golds, which is good. We want that. We had like a Conqueror a few games ago, just randomly like Conqueror, and he came last. And he's a good friend actually, but I just think it's a bit silly that Conquerors get matched in black gold. I know, obviously, like last season we didn't finish in Black Gold, so we finished in Master. So they might be like, oh, not as bad though. But that's not the point. That's not the point. You shouldn't be matching people in Black Gold with Conqueror. No, that's good. That was like did not want to hit Ghost right then. That'd have been pretty upsetting. Pretty upsetting indeed. Yeah, you should be able to hear music now as well. I was trying to make the audio come out of the microphone. Just top quality stream. Nebula is a really good early game because she just gets instant buffs. So like Outrider gives her 1, she gets 1, and then Outrider gives her another 1 because he's an attack character, and then Absorbing Man gives her another 1. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be an 8. An 8 statted. And Absorbing Man goes first because it's 2, and he gives 8 damage as well, so he's 10. And you want that to happen first, so they don't damage anyone else. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Initial thoughts. Yeah, I think we've got it. Yeah. Hey, nice. I want to get a widget that tells you what song we're playing. Just because it's a chilled song. Okay, Gladiator is a snap pick. We'll Starburst 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get rid Yellow Jacket. I think get a 2-star probably. How do I feel about that? I think we'll get rid of Ghost. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 plus 1 is 9. She should go to a 9. If she doesn't, I think it's a bug. I think we've discovered a bug. We'll see. Yeah, fine. That was cheeky. Oh. Ah, perfect. Nice. See, it's a strong deck. But we are only in Black Gold, so I'm not saying it's the best deck, but it is a deck. Oh, Outrider. Good stuff. Destroyer. We're going to take Falcon, and we're going to take Abomination Charge, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do that. Because we had really good success with Ego last game, so they're in preparation for Ego. Trying to do the maths. Yeah, we're not going to upgrade anytime soon now, so Madame Mask can go. Yeah, fine. Let's see what happens. See what happens with that. What deck does anyone else play? It's always painful when Recluse like attacks into the big guys. I think because normally you just sort of expect to have them with an equipment. It can be a bit painful. Scarlet Witch, nice and early. Nice and early. Ego, right. Let's do the maths on this. I think we need a web snare because I want to try and build. And we'll take a Nebula 2-star. Okay. Let's work this out maths wise. He's gone. He's in. I think, yeah, Executioner goes. Falcon. Yeah, onto the big boss man. He goes, she goes here. We buff. Put him there. Web snare. Cycle. We'll take a hush now. Hush now I think are underrated. I think they just are. They offer so much support in that end game. In those rounds that you just want to steal. They are underrated. Underrated. Webster's good. Webster's good. It slows the game down. Their game, more specifically, it slows their game down. See, this is good, right? Because there's a lot of, as long as Ego doesn't just snap into Silk. Thank you. We want him to build because we've just given him. Oh, that's tragic. So I don't think he's built enough there. I think he's going to still be pretty vulnerable. Woof. That was close. We nearly stuck that out. That would have been too cheeky if we beat him there. Seismic braces is good. Another hush now. I like to have two. Web snare. We don't need it yet though. Interesting. Interesting. Winter Soldier's arm. Do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Yes, I think we're happy with that. Groot is normally I'd be straight in for a Groot, but I'm not feeling it. Whoa. Oh, thanks very much. Aries 28 for the sub. It's like a Doctor Strange sort of emote as well, which is cool. Which is cool. That was weird. That was weird.
The title of this little confusion is Fancy Dress. This party guest has spent a month crafting her pirate costume. She's even
Yes. Oh, that's good. That's good for Ego. That's good. Okay. That's not. I mean, that's not as good. I'd say that is less good. And they win. Fine. We'll take 12. But Ego. What? Oh wow. I'm gonna have to beat you now, mate. I feel motivated to beat him now. We don't need another hush now. But Ego good. He's up a little bit, which is what we want. Abomination charge. No. No. That's good. Yeah, that is good. That's good. So he's out. So he goes up to 9 because of the Outrider. He then he goes to 21. He then goes to 31. I'm not sure I've done the maths right on that, but that's okay. And we'll do that. Hopefully we survive. I'm kind of nervous now. That last round just did me in a little bit, but we'll see. We will see. We will see. Dum 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 dum. Cheers, Lost My Way. Thank you very much for subscribing. Yeah, this is a tough one. I think we've lost this one. Do you think we've lost this one? Unless ego hits GG. I think it's pronounced GG. Yeah. Hey, that's okay. We finished pretty much on time then because they battered us then. So that's okay. Thank you very much for anyone who subscribed. Really appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. If you did, we finished third as well, which is very much not what we expected. But yeah, thank you so much, and we'll be on again soon.